Hey guys, Game Guide here of another Shogun 2 Total War Fall of the Samurai cast. This one was submitted by AnacondaGeneral. It's being fought on the map Kanto Plains, and his opponent is BERZ. So, this is actually a small funds fight, and I don't believe, don't quote me on that I've posted any small funds fights on my channel. So, figured this would be interesting, and typically small funds fights are pretty dull. They're similar, they pretty much all end the same with just a shootout and nothing more, kind of just like no tactical aspect to these. But I actually found this one pretty interesting because each army has different strengths and different weaknesses. So let's put this in slow-mo and I'll talk about each army. AnacondaGeneral is using the Black Mon, and then his opponent BERZ is using the Yellow Mon. Alright, AnacondaGeneral brought 4 sets of White Bear Infantry, and these, as I said in previous videos, are good middle ground units. They're not the best line infantry in my opinion. I personally like Black Bear Infantry a lot, mainly because when I use line infantry, I'm not really looking for morale or melee capabilities. I'm looking for the shooting aspect, and that is what Black Bears are best for. Now, not to say White Bears are bad, they're just a tad bit beneath them. Anyway. AnacondaGeneral brought 4 sets of these guys, and as I said, they're a good middle ground. He has 2 sets of Spear Levy. One is behind his line infantry, and one is out here in the forest. His general is just Anacondo. And finally, he brought a set of wooden cannons. Now, these things, in my opinion, are really, really bad. They cost like 350 koku, so they're very much so fodder. But still, you're lucky to get about 5 kills with these guys before they're just pathetic. I've really never found a use to them. If you guys have a use for them, let me know. Now, I understand that they can cause morale effects, so I can get that, but I've never seen a huge impact from wooden cannons on morale. If you guys seriously have a replay that shows wooden cannons are good, please send that in, because that would just be amazing. I'd love to see that, but I really doubt that any of you can really find much use for them, so that's just my 2 cents on that. Anyway, his opponent has 4 sets of Black Bear Infantry, and as we'll see, that huge hit that took out a bunch of guys, yeah, they killed 2. The rest are just going to get up. It's kind of just, I don't know, those things are bad. Anyway, he brought 4 sets of Black Bear Infantry, which equals the line force of AnacondaGeneral, but as I said, Black Bear Infantry are the statistically better shooters. Now, BERZ also brought a spare matchlock. He brought a Matchlock Kachi, which we can only assume is because he ran out of money, because Matchlock Kachi are not that great of a unit. I guess they're the best fodder unit I can think of, like, much better than wooden cannons, much better than, like, in my opinion, I like them more than White Tiger Force, personally, but I don't know, maybe that's just me. BERZ's general is named Headshots Hurt, apparently. It's fine. And he also has a set of Yariki. Alright, so right now, this is a tactic that a lot of players use online. He's keeping his Spear Levy back here to defend his cannons, except his cannons are visible and his Spear Levy is hidden. Let me explain something just to make it perfectly clear. If you see cannons out away from your opponent's army, please don't charge cavalry at them aimlessly, because I guarantee you there'll be something waiting there. And this would have been much, much, much worse for BERZ if AnacondaGeneral actually had like a White Tiger Force right here, that it would have ended him. So, very intelligently, BERZ is going to charge his horses straight up here. Now, the huge advantage that BERZ had was that he had cavalry and AnacondaGeneral did not. Well, now, lucky for him, he is going to notice these guys really quick. I guess he expected them, but still, it's not going to be enough. He's going to try to scoot around. But let me explain something about Yariki. When they're behind enemy lines, their morale is horrible. Their morale is only 8. It's not that great of morale. It's not anywhere near as good as Yari cavalry in vanilla Shogun 2. So it should not be treated as such, and it's going to rout at 44 men. So very bad move by BERZ, and it's going to be a tremendous blow to his line, basically, because it's essentially he needed to count on that, because with the melee capabilities of Spear Levy, he really has nothing to counter them now. And amazingly enough, a cavalry charge on Spear Levy will kill them. You need to use them much more wisely than just taking a charge, because they will insta-rout, guarantee you of that. Alright, so AnacondaGeneral is going to charge the Spear Levy. Now, the thing with Spear Levy is there's no way this unit is really going to make it effectively. If they get shot up a lot before the opening charge, there's no way they're making it, and I do not believe these guys make it. As you see, they're wavering. Now, what he should have done was put these guys in loose formation for the charge, but he did not. So he's going to barely touch, and then he's going to rout, from what I remember. So there's the touch, and there's the rout. So that spear levy routes quickly, and I don't believe it really even hurt the line. Now, this spear levy, on the other hand, actually did get in because he charged in from the flank. Very smart use by a spear levy. Now, the huge problem here, though, is that line infantry can, well, at least Black Bear infantry can probably beat spear levy in melee if the morale holds in. However, typically line infantry don't have the morale for that. Over on the right, AnacondaGeneral is making some progress. He's starting to outflank, and he is winning the gunfight, which is pretty surprising. And I don't know, I was pretty surprised by this. He has taken the archery dojo, which is giving his missile units increased reload rate, which is definitely helping his matchlock units. Now, both generals in this case do have some forest cover over here. Pretty much the last unit that his opponent has is matchlock Kachi, and that's not going to be nearly enough to handle the rest of these units. His general is a gunman general, and he's actually doing some pretty smart shooting right over this ridge and into the White Bear infantry. Over here, AnacondaGeneral is doing some outflanking. Pretty much, the battle's almost over by this point. But I thought this was a pretty interesting use of tactics. The obvious cannon covering was something his opponent should have easily noticed. And other than that, his opponent didn't make too many mistakes, but that was a crucial mistake because the cavalry was really necessary to win this fight, as you guys saw. AnacondaGeneral also took up some very good positioning. He got a hold of the archery dojo, which improved his men in terms of shooting capabilities, and that ended up causing them to be able to defeat the Black Bears in straight up shooting. So the enemy general, I believe, will rout here, and yeah, there he goes. So if you guys enjoyed this cast, I have another cast planned, but I'm trying to find it. I can't seem to find it in my replay folder. But there probably won't be another video today. Sorry I can't make 2 a day every time. But hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Not quite sure when that will be. Either today or tomorrow.